this HTML crash course. So I will just be sharing my screen now, so we can just go ahead and start something. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, Isola, like I've already tell you, this is the best website you can learn web development, especially the basic, w3school.com, which is I've introduced you to there before. So, like just like you already know, so you just want to start with HTML crash course. So now on your system, the best way if you want to start your any web development is to create a specific folder for it, so your work can be structured into what you want to do. So, for example, now I'll just go to my system, maybe under my music. I think I have a lot of files in my system, don't worry. So I'll just create a new folder for this specific project. So it's very good and advisable that you should be creating a folder for your work. So I'll just call it web design. So that is the name of that folder. So now, and after you create a folder, like we'll be using this VS Code. I believe you know VS Code. Isola, you have downloaded VS Code, right?
Yeah. I have VS Code.
Okay. So like anytime, like if you have opened your VS Code, for your code to be structured, you go click on File, Open Folder. Always open that specific folder that you create. So now you know that you are working in a specified folder. It makes your work more structured, so you can now see your code, see what you are working on. And with that, it's very easy. See the web design folder I created. So I will just open it, and if you open the folder for me, okay. So like I said, like HTML, you all know it. Any website on this internet have HTML embedded in it. Any website, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of them, they have HTML. And the basic structure of HTML is just like HTML have what we call, this is just the basic structure of HTML. The doc type is just the type of the HTML, while we have open tag for the HTML and a closing tag for the HTML. And we have header, where you have your title and your meta tag. There are many information that will still be there. Here later in the future, there is meta tag, there are some SEO too that can be in the header, and here too you can link your CSS. Why between the body, that's what will display in the browser. Any code that we put here will be the one to display for you. You understand? So like any website on this side, for example, now if I go to facebook.com, they have, you will see that if you want to, there is what we call developer mode. I don't know, maybe you know something like that to your system. So you can always click on these three icons and go to more tools and go to developer tools. In the developer tools, you have access to some things that developer have access to, that you can check the code, you can check most of the stuff like the UI, the front end UI there. So now you have, in the developer tools, you will see you have access to view the source, you understand? You see some elements in the website. You see now, like, see the Facebook now, they have HTML. You see doc type HTML, and they have HTML, they have head. You understand? All the websites on the internet, they have these three tag, HTML tag. Even Facebook, you see, I can have access to it now. And at the end, below the last part, there must be a closing part for HTML. You see HTML. You see closing part for body. So every website on this internet have HTML, which is just the basic part of basic building block of a website. So all the website, they have HTML. So this is how I used to explain HTML. I see it as kind of like, I use real estate as kind of analogy. If you want to build a house, we have what we call block that they merge together, and they use it to build a house. So HTML is kind of the building block of a website, while CSS is the styling and the structure of the house. You understand? You can have a house, that they have built, and if they add CSS to it, that's where they lay out their room, where there will be a toilet, and the painting of the house, that is the CSS. While JavaScript is the electricity of the house. You can have a house that is very beautiful and fine, without electricity, it's not going to be interactive. You understand? You can't watch your TV, you can't even on AC, you can't just enjoy fun in the house. You understand? So JavaScript is the one that bring interactive to the website. So these three languages are the key basic of these three languages.
Website.
Yes, are the three basic of a website. So if these three now is best that you just focus in. Anywhere you want to go, even though later in the day you want to go and do mobile app development, data science, anywhere you want to go, you must start as it is. It's good that you have the knowledge of HTML and CSS. Are we together?
Yes.
So far so good. You have go through HTML and CSS, right? HTML, right? So like
Yes.
what can you tell me the difference between block element and inline element? I think one of the key points that you need to understand when it comes to HTML. Have you
Block
elements and inline elements?
No.
Okay. Let me just create a new file in my code, and I will just save it as index.html. Index.html. So if you have saved a file as in form of index.html, so there is a way that you can just generate the normal HTML index for your website. So but like for the first time, like give me, I'm teaching anybody, I like you to try to put the syntax for your head. You should type it yourself, so you can at least know that this is the basic building block. Don't generate any code. So we have what we call open tag. These are open tag look like doc type, which is equal to HTML. You are just telling the browser, hey, I want to write a HTML code, and you now have HTML as the open tag here. I like you typing yourself for the first time, and you have head, which is where is going to be your title. In between the head we have title. Mind you, if you see it now, we have open tag and closing tag for each of these. This one might be my first web page, for example. So like this title, that's what we display in the title bar. So and in between here we have body. It's anything that is in between the body now, that's what we display in the browser. So for example, and we have different type of heading from H1 to H6 is the heading type. For H1 now, let me just say welcome to web design. Understand? So like this now, this is just a simple building block of HTML. All the websites of this internet, they have this structure, they have this on their website. So I can go to my folder that I've created. You see now I have index.html file, so I can open it through my browser, which we open as a website. Hola, simple. Now we're able to create our first simple HTML that just display a text for us in the browser. And if you see here, we have a title that have my first web page, so which is the title, while this one is the text in it. So there are different text formatting you can do with HTML. So like I said, we have H1 to H6, which is basically used for heading. We have H2, which will have another thing. Okay. So it's just a different size. So one of the another important thing that we have paragraph, which you can use to write a paragraph. You have different tag. Understand? So there is a text generator that is inbuilt of VS Code. It's called this inbuilt tool called Emmet. It's the one that generates something for us. So there is, if you type lorem, you can only generate a text. So you just type lorem and you can generate a text of different lorem that you want. It can be 10, it can be 30. So with this now, you're able to write this paragraph. So anytime you now make your changes in your browser, you reload it and you see now we're having all these tests. These are different paragraphs that we have. So now one of the important things like in your, you can have paragraph, you can have style, you can have formatting. I think one of the things is in formatting. See, when you are still learning HTML now, you just see that you are still learning something like everything you already know in Microsoft Word. You understand? Which is how to bold a text, how to inline a text, how to italic, all those things. You understand? You can do it with your HTML too. For example, we have a B tag to bold a text. For example, let's assume I want to bold this a new text that I want to write. I can just write B and I can write any text between it. Maybe I just say Condi press. So in between this tag now is part of the formatting tag. It will bold. If you want to italic something, you can just use I to make an italic. You understand? I can say italic You understand? So there are different formatting that you can just check more in W3 School, and you will see there is all this one is context formatting in the Microsoft Word. You see now this one is bold, contrast is bold, and this one is italic, I think. So now one of the key important thing is that there is what we call comments in the programming language. It's very, very key. It's important that you understand comments. Comments is just used basically for documentation. What did I mean by that? Comment is not going to run in your browser, in your code, but it makes your code more readable. You understand? You can easily see the code. Like even though you are not somebody that is not a developer can read the code, and somebody that is a developer too can understand your code structure. So all the programming language they have a comment. So in HTML, this their comment syntax it's come up with. Let me just show you comments in W3 School, because I've already installed what we call Vira code that change the syntax of my code and make it more fun. So this is it. You have open brackets, exclamation mark, dash dash, and you close the dash dash with closing greater down, and this one you use less down. So this is the simple way to comment in HTML, which is very good. You just add that to your code. All the programming language have it. Python have it, JavaScript have it, any other stuff have it. So you see my own now is now coming. It's coming in like long dash. That's what we call. There is a font we call Vira code. You can just download it on browser. I just downloaded it recently. So it makes your code more fine. So Vira code font, something like that, Vira code font. So when you download it, like you see it, Vira code font, it make your code more fine. Just download it, and I will share. If you want to do like, if you want to install it to your system, I can share you video that will show you how to do that, because it makes your code more better. You can, this is how my comments will look like. I can just say HTML comment, and like if you write for here now, if you write equal to 2 equal to, return you see 3 equal to, this make it more better. Not equal to, which I will still tell you all this syntax later, and you will see how it writes it. Not equal to, something like that. So you can install it. It's called Vira code into your browser. If you want to install it, I will share you into your VS Code. I will share you the link. So comment is important. It's just for people to read your code and understand it. You understand? For developer or other people to read your code and understand it. So all the programming languages have it. Python have it, PHP, all the programming languages have the way they comment. But this is the syntax for comment in HTML. So I was saying something about block level element and inline element. I think that is one of the key things that you need to understand when you are learning HTML. See, inline element, are we together?
Yes.
These are elements that occupy just a single line. You understand? In HTML, they occupy just a single line. You understand? Example of inline elements are span. You understand? Example of inline element, as we see it here, this is it. Example of it. These are different inline elements. We have anchor is part of the inline element. B, bold, emphasize, map, all these one are inline elements. They only occupy one space. Why block level element occupy more than one line? You understand? So block level element always start a new line in the browser automatically and add a space. You understand? Margin between and after the content. Don't worry now. I will show you the example of it. So in our code now, just see. You see this lorem that we have. If I reload the browser, you see now we have all the text, right? You see between this place, between this queue that I highlight, I want to write an inline element along that side. So you see it now. If I write, for example, if I write inline span is part of the inline element. Let me add span now. So in between this place now, let me say I copy this content and I paste it here, and I paste it here. You see now, I write this an inline element. I can. If I just write this and I go to my browser, I reload. You see, there's no any changes. You understand? The code still maintain that line, but let me just do a block level element for you. Like this one now is an inline element. Let me change. For example, let me from this follow state. Let me add block level element. I'll tell you one of the block level elements is div, is article, is form. There are many, but let me just use div for example. So if I change this one to div and I close it, so let me copy the text in between. Just watch, and I paste it here. So if I save now and I reload my browser, just watch. You see what happened? What happened is that it makes sure that it occupy more than one line and create a space, you understand, between that text. You see the volunteer now start on a new line itself, are we together, and now create space between that content, so it's not occupy a single line again. So see block level element as kind of like a container, you understand, that can house other stuff. Are we together? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So like
Yeah, I
see,
can hear you. We are together.
all right, no problem. So see inline element, block level element, like
Yeah.
see it as like a container that you can put another element inside, you understand. But inline element are just like that can maintain
Yes.
a single line, like you just want to add something to what is already existing, you don't want to change the layout, you just use inline element for that. So like I believe you already know how you can write the text in between your Microsoft your VS Code. So now one of the important thing again is how to insert an image. You know, the tag is just writing img
Yeah.
src, and then one of
I
the key thing that is important here is that you have to know what we call file path. You understand? Let me explain file path for you. For example, now if you have your image direct in your folder, like let's assume you have your, let me just copy my one image to my system now. I will use that one to explain file paths. I don't want big image, but let me use this one. For example, copy it, my web design. So now, like, you see this image, for easy, let me just rename it. I'll name it to IMM. So now this image now, because I have this image direct in my folder, in my file with my code, so I can just call the name of the image direct im.jpg, and when I save it and I reload in my browser, you see it now. The image is very big, you understand, but you can see this is the image, you understand. This is the image that I just copied now. So you see it now. So the image is inserted, and but now because I have the image direct in my folder, that's why I can just call the name direct. But now imagine if I have the image in a new folder, because that's how it's supposed to be. Supposed to create an img folder, or you can call it image folder, it does not matter. So you copy that image inside it, make sure the image is inside img. You see now, if I reload my browser now, the image is nowhere to be found. You understand? The image is nowhere to be found because the code cannot find the image again. So you have to locate that specific folder. You understand? This is how to locate the specific folder. You call the folder like img. You see, you call the folder before you now call the image that you want to link into. You understand? You first go to that folder slash the image. This is called file path. You understand? Different way that you can access your file. So this alternative is a text that will display in case the image is not showing. You understand? It's just something that serves as alternative. So this one can be anything. Maybe if the picture is about profile picture, it can just be another thing that will be there, something like that. So it does not. It's just like maybe the image does not display, or internet is slow, something like that. This is what we display instead. So if I reload my browser now, you see now I can find the image back. You understand? I can find the image back. It's just a logo of OM60 Studio. So now, like, you see, this is how you can insert image. But mind you again, imagine, because there are some time later in the future, if you are working with a big project like a React, for example, or a Node.js, you might need to have a folder that is far from the back. There are different ways you can access your folder. For example, now let's assume you see this code they are in together. Let's assume I have a picture inside my music and I want to access it. Let me copy this picture here, like this image. Let me just cut it and paste it inside the music folder. You see now, this is the image here inside the music folder, for example. And if I reload now, the image will be nowhere to be found. You see now, you see the alternative text now is now displaying, which is if the image cannot be found, the alternatives to be found. should display instead. So for example, now if you have image now that is like one level ahead, you understand, of your folder, you understand. Like if you see my folder now inside this web design, that's where my code is, you understand, and my image is outside it, which is under music. You use another way to access it. So this is how to do that. Like you put // meaning that, hey, go outside my folder, you understand, and go and look for a specific thing that you want to look for. If you see now, as you see that IMMM, the image there, I think where is the image? So you see the image IMM, so I can just click on it here. Are we together?
Yes, sorry, I lost connection earlier.
Oh,
I had to reconnect.
all right, no problem. So do you understand how I did this one?
Yes. I know how to do this already.
Okay. That is when you have a file outside your folder, right? Outside. You have access to it.
Yes.
Okay. It's very good because
Yes.
when you are working later in the future with React or Node.js, you might have a big project that you need to go outside. It's called file path. It's one of the key important things that you need to know when you are learning web design or any area of web development. So I think like I'm just
Okay.
kind of peruse some area that I think you might not know. So have you practicalized
Yeah.
Vabicon?
Which one?
Vabicon.
No.
Okay, Vabicon is a small image. You see this Facebook that is here. This is their Vabicon. You see this is their Google. This is their Vabicon. So you can introduce Vabicon to your code. You understand? It's just simple. Just have it. This is syntax. You understand? Just say link rel the image that you want to link, and for example, let me just copy this and to my code now. Always be in the head part. You understand? That's where you link your Vabicon. Here now you can now. I don't have image.
Okay.
Let me copy an image now that I want to use for Vabicon. For example, I think inside my folder I have some of my logo here. So yeah. For example, I want to use this as my Vabicon music, web design, IMG. So now, like, it's just for you to call the location that you have your image, and but this is just the simple syntax. Like, just change link rel icon type image s icon. You understand? So you can just go to that specific folder now / kred as my Vabicon. So if I save it now and I reload, just check. You see at the top that we have my website. It's just showing something like a web. But if I reload back now, you see now. You see the logo that I just put. It's now changing to the logo. Can you see it at the top? Are we together?
We are together.
Okay, Isola. So like this is just the simple way you insert your Vabicon. It's very important. Like it take me a long time before I even know something like this Vabicon. So really when I don't even know it that time, I have to go online, different way. But I don't know that it's very simple like this. But I thought it's something that is hard. So simple, you can just insert your Vabicon with this simple syntax, and it makes your website look better. That you know that you know what you are getting, because all other big company website use it. Facebook use it, Google use it, WhatsApp they use it in their company too. So it's part of the key thing that is part of it. I think yes,
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, cool. Like I think one of the key things too, like when I start learning web design that time, and there is this tag I always tell it to people. It's the one that make me believe more that I can learn web design. The tag is called McQuay. McQuay tag. I don't know, maybe you have practicalized it before. McQuay tag, like when they are teaching us web design that time, I was in school, so some guy they just come to our class, they'll be like, hey, I want to teach you guys web design, we should pay money. I'm very curious then, so I use all my feeding money, I give them, like they start teaching us. So but I'm too curious. I'm like, is this how they design websites, sir? Do you sure I'll be able to design a website? They'll say, don't worry, you understand? Don't worry, you'll be able to design website. So but the first time I see this McQuay tag, because I used to see it in our school website, you understand? So when I saw it that they did it, I know, wow, sure, I can always learn this. I can learn web development. So McQuay tag is just it's a tag that used to move on your website. Like you see it here. This is a McQuay tag. You understand? So it's something that I used to see on our school website. Then there will be like admission is out, click here, something like that. So when I do it the first time, I'm like, wow, sure, I can learn this thing because it's something I've already seen before and I'm doing it. So that give me more inspiration that okay, I can learn web design. And today I'll be able to design a lot of website, design some app too. So it's just you just believe in it that you want to do it and you are curious about it. Always learning every day. Don't waste your time in doing other things. So if you want to be a web developer, you don't be like other people. You understand? You don't have time for other stuff again. Just keep learning every day. It's not something that you will need because every day they are updating. So you have to keep learning. And one of the key things is that be in the community of people that are doing it. You understand? Go online, subscribe to different channels. Subscribe to Free Code Camp, freecodecamp.com. There is the owner is Quincy Lansing. I don't know, maybe you heard of Quincy Lansing, the founder of see the name. Quincy Lansing, the founder of Free Code Camp. They teach people free resources. I understand. So and he have a mail letter that I used to send mail to people almost every time. You understand? You can just I think there should be a place you can just subscribe to the website. Just go through the website. There might be a pop-up for you to subscribe to Quincy Lansing newsletter, something like that. In my Gmail, he used to send me a letter, news, update, what is happening about code, and then they have thousands of, if not millions of resources on their YouTube channel, you understand? So every time it will keep you updating, you understand, about what is happening in the trend. So it's very, very good. If you see my Gmail now, as you have Quincy Lansing mail, he used to send something, maybe weekly, I don't remember, but it will keep you updating you. So and if you are very curious about tech or related news, there is this website called TechPoint Africa. TechPoint Africa, you can always go there. Excuse me. Hello? Hello? So TechPoint Africa, I used to go there to get a lot of inspiration there. They used to post about tech, like those companies that are doing well. So if you are somebody that wants to build a tools later in the future, you understand, or a software, this website will give you more inspiration about how you can learn something. You understand, how you can be part of technology. So they post a lot of inspiring stuff, and you will know more about Nigeria companies that are doing well. You see, computer skills, you understand, especially programming, is the only thing that you can sit down in your room and create something for the whole world to use. Mark Zuckerberg will sit down in his hostel in Harvard University and build a Facebook. Today, all of us is using Facebook. It's a multi-billionaire company. The same thing with Twitter. See, if you know code, you can. I don't know. Maybe you might be the one that God will give the next idea. You understand? To build something for the future. You understand? So, just believe in it. You understand? And if you want to learn it to get a job, fine. The job is very sumptuous. They pay developer high money. So, like, just bury yourself inside the tech. You understand? That is one of the best way you can easily have access to this. So if you check I want to show you that quiz email. I think quizzing let me say Free Code Camp, something like that. You see Quincy Lansing, he's still sending one on March 19. So they have a lot of news that will show you. He send you resources that you can easily use. You see it's like React, Node.js, Flutter, anything that you want to learn. So he used to sell it most of the time. So be in the community, like always be available in the area, and if you have issue, always try to reach out to more people. That is one of the best ways you can always learn. Just first of all believe in it that I can learn this, you can always learn it. Are we on the same page? Am I talking to somebody?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So like I believe like link in HTML2, link is just like how you can connect different pages together or different web pages together. So simple is called an anchor tag. You just call anchor tag. You already know something like that before. So it depends on this the location. href is the location that you are going to. Let's assume I have another HTML that I call about.html. You understand? So we should go to about page. So I can have it as about us as text in between, and you can see it now. So let me just create that about.html, about.html. So Isola, if you remember, I tell you that there is a way that you can generate your HTML syntax. So you can just type HTML and scroll to HTML5, and it will give you just normal HTML layouts that you can change to what you want. You understand? Or the same way you can press your exclamation mark at the top, that is shift exclamation mark, and enter. You generate the same thing, shift exclamation mark at the top. So I have about us. You understand? Simple. So let's assume that I just want to write each one of this is about us page. So you can link it to another. So let me create a link to that will take me back to my index.html here. Index.html. So I can now call this one home. Okay, so if I reload this now, you see I have anchor of about us. So if I click on it, and if I click on about us, you see it take me to this is about us page, and if I click on home, it take me back. So they use link to navigate between different websites. You understand? So that image is very big. I think that's why it's not displaying the full. So but at least you can see it. The image is very big. See some part of my body there. You understand? It's very big. So like you can just give it a specific width and height depending on what you want. So if I come to my image, you can write it in between width and just say the size that you want. Let me say I say I want 500. You understand? And height too. You can say you want 400. So I will still teach you how you can start with CSS, which is part of the creatives. I think you see it, the picture now. It's now in full. You understand? So this is how you can insert image. So what I will do is that next time we will have we'll be working on project base. You understand? Project base. So that we start building our own personal websites. I will call it portfolio website. And at the end of it, I want us to host it on our GitHub.
Yes.
That we are going to have it together. Are we together? So we know we know table. So table they used it to create a table in HTML. So like just go to this website. If you have any issue, you can always come back to me. And the table, the structure is just what we have. We have table head, which is for the heading of the table, and we have table data, which is for the data, and we have table, which is to declare the table for the whole body, something like that. So if you see now, we have table, and we have TR, which is for table row, the one that we saw the row at the top, and we have TH, which is for table head. See, this is a row now, this is the head. We have company. So for example, now if I want to change this company, I can decide to change it to industry. So industry, you understand? So save it, and sorry, there's no need for you to save if you are using this. Don't mind. Just run, and you see it now. This one now change to industry, which is the header. So TR again. So each of the role have his own data. You understand? Table data, another role again, data, another role again. That's how they achieve this in this. So it's very simple. It's not something that is hard. So just go there, W3 school, scroll, you see it. You must have open tag for table, which house everything. You understand? You have table one and you have table data. So now like so that is just it. I think one of the things again, if you understand, ID classes. Don't worry, this one will be more explained better in CSS. You understand? So, but just know that class is used to represent by dots if you are calling it in CSS, and ID used to represent used to call by hash. You understand? So let me use this school analogy as explained for you. See it now. See. There are different tags that you can call. There are different selectors in CSS, you understand? But don't worry, you are going to use CSS some other time. So there is iframe. I don't know. Have you practicalized iframe before?
Link. Yes. I've done it
Okay.
before.
I think let me just click on. Yeah. Okay, like what I just did is that I just linked two pages together. So I create a link on About Us, which take us to About Us, and I create a link on
No,
Home,
no,
which take
no,
us to
no.
Home. So have you practicalized iframe before? Iframe. Okay, like it depends if you want to show another website on your website, they use what we call iframe. You understand? Or you want to show basically what they use it for is to embed YouTube. You understand? They used to embed YouTube video. So you can just come to W3 School and copy it, or you can just type it yourself. For example, now let me say I want to type iframe. Understand? If you type iframe, VS Code generates for you. First of all, you have the source, and you can have width. You have property of width, attribute of width, which is how it's going to be bigger. For example, if I want 700, 600, and you have attribute of height too. Depending on how you want to do it. Let's assume I want it 600 too. So like this source now is the location of what you want to display. You can display another website on your website. For example, now let's assume I want to display W3 School on this website that we are building. So if I put the W3 School link here and I save it and see this is my first website. If I reload it and I scroll down, I don't know. You used to connect some websites. They restrict themselves to display in other websites. Okay, you can. Let me try Google. Let me try Google.com. I think Google.com soon. Let me see the www.google.com. So if I reload.
Wow.
Okay,
Yes,
fine,
yeah.
Pola. You see it now. I can display Google in my browser. Are we together? In my guys, they use it to embed something, so I can even search. You see it. I'm inside a website. I'm inside my own website, and I'm accessing to other websites. You understand? iframe, they use it to embed another website to your website. That is one. But what they use it more for is to embed YouTube videos. You understand?
Yes,
For
yes.
example, I don't know, like you're on YouTube, right? At least you used to go to YouTube, yeah. So like one of the things, like if you end the video or
Not
if you
yet,
start
not
the
yet,
video, I
not
might
yet.
share you my link, or just go and subscribe to my channel. Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? Okay, so let me show you this. This is my YouTube channel. I used to make relative tech tutorials, so it's called ConjuPress, and I will embed the video. See, this is my channel, I think. So I have just 291 subscribers. So I think they all will join it now to make it 292. So like for example now you see this one of my last video, and
Are you
if
wondering
you
where
want
they
to embed
get all
the
this
video,
cool
you
profile
understand, using
photo,
iPhone,
something like
you
this?
see it now. You now click on share. You see it. Or so if you click on share, you see embed. You see embed. Just click on embed. It will bring out an iframe for you, so you can just copy it. So what will happen? This is how they do it. You go to some website that will be displaying YouTube video. This is how they embed it. So if I come down here and I paste the iframe here, you understand? You will see it. It have a width, it have a height, and it have it have a width, and it has a height, and it have the location of the image that you want to show. You understand? So this is just simple way to do iframe. So if I go to my website, the website that we are trying to design now, and I reload, you understand? You will see that we have let me try to reload again. Okay, let me just comment this one out. Okay, yeah, I've not saved. I think that's one of the issue that is causing that. So you can see it now. You see the video.
Are you wondering where they get all
the YouTube video now is now embedded to the website. So now if you play it, you see now. It's playing direct from the YouTube, and
Yeah, sorry.
on our website
Please,
that we are doing. So they use iframe to achieve
the words
something
that
like
was coming from
So like
right to left, how did you do that? That's admission is out. Admission is out that is showing on the
Which one?
No.
Okay, yeah,
Makwe.
yo. Oh, I tell you, I thought you were there that time. I say it's Makwe. Okay. Yeah, let me explain it for you. I even tell a story about it. When I say that, it's one of the tag that make me believe that I can learn web design. Because that time we were in school when they are teaching us web design, I'm like, I'm very curious. I asked them, hey sir, do you sure I can learn these things? Not in school. There are some guys they just come, they will be teaching us after school that time. So that's when I started my web design journey. We pay them like extra fee. It's my feeding money that I even pay to them that time. So they start teaching us. But the first time I see Makwe, I believe that I can always learn web design because I used to see something like that on our website. So this is just the simple syntax. You see it. This is the tag Makwe. Let me write another one. So Makwe is Makwe tag, and you have direction where you want it to move to from left to right or from right to left, and you can write anything in between it. You understand? So you can maybe register now. You know, they use, most especially schools used to use something like that on their admission portal or these things. They will say something is out, Makwe, something. So this is just the simple tag of Makwe. Register now. If I reload my website, as you have you see it register now. You understand? It's just coming out. You can embed it. It's Makwe. So, but if you see it now, it's moving from what? From right to left. You can change the direction. I think you can change the direction by just writing left here, something like that. Let me check. Okay, let me assume that this one is still going to left. Let me change it to right. And I look. Okay. So, sorry. So I'm writing in place of behavior instead of direction. You understand? So the direction will change the direction that you can write it to.
Okay.
You see it now. You see the direction I've changed to right. It's moving to right now. This one is moving to left. So you can just play around with it. So it's called Makwe. MARQ.
So, yes, but on the behavior, what will you put on the behavior to just be there like that, right?
Are we together? Yeah. No, you can put it have different behavior. I think they have something like fast, slow, and medium, something like that. You can just read more about it on the W3 School. You see that you have fast, slow. Yeah, you can test it out, sure. So Makwe, simple, see the syntax, simple here. Makwe and direction, which is where you want. If you change it to left now, you start from left to right, something like that. So it will move into left.
No, I've done it.
Have you seen the syntax? So I should just leave it there. See it. Yes, simple. So that is a very good tag. So that is it. So like another tag that I'm trying to explain is iframe. I believe you get iframe to display another website on your website. Are we together? Okay, so you have seen iframe.
Yes. You right click and click on embedded.
Through your embed. Yeah, something like that. Iframe, you can use it to display your website and have attribute of like height and width. You can do something like that. And I think one of the other things that is important, we explain 5 parts.
Yeah, sorry,
So
I tried that Makwe. It's
please
not
mute
displaying.
your mic. I can't.
Okay.
Check the code.
Yes.
It should. You are using VS Code, right?
Check.
It's working now. So it should. Okay, it should work. So that is that. I think that is your HTML is not something that is hard. It's something that can take you just 1 week if you are serious and you want to learn it. Just go to W3 School, read one after the other. And one of the important things that I think is all these symbols. All these symbols for now, since you are not using you are not using font awesome to generate your icon, you can be using all these symbols to generate different symbols that you need in your website. I think this copyright heart, this one of the one that you use most, heart, something like that. That is that one that used to show love. So you can, for example, usually be in the footer part of your website. So like maybe let me say this footer, I will still show you the structure of a simple layout of a website. So you can have it inside span. You can put something like that. It's inside span tag. So we have span. I tell you, span is part of the inline element, understand, which you can use to achieve something. So it's just for you to type it. Let me even type it. Use this ampersand sign, which is and you write hearts, and you close it with semicolon, and you can style it inline style. This inline styling, let me see, I just want to see the color should be red. Don't worry, this inline styling CSS, which we are going to do more in detail later. So if I reload my website now, you see it, I think one of the lasting parts of the website. You see it here, it's small. Can you see it here?
No.
Are we together?
Yes, I can see it now. I can see it now.
Of the heart. So yeah, you can make it bigger if you want with CSS. I think you can increase the font size, something like that. Because it's just an icon, so you can increase the font size. So let me say 3 rem. You can use rem, you can use. Don't worry, I will explain each of these how you can style your code later. So if I reload now, you see it now, it have become bigger. So like it's just part of the thing that you need to put your head into too. You need to put your head into. And what else again? Like, yeah, form is one of the key important things. I think like we did form another day, because you need to like just go and read it. So if there's anything you don't understand, we get back some other time. So form is very important because every day you must interact with form. You understand? Sometimes you need to understand it. You understand? Like you fill your Facebook, you register, you post on your social media. Every day you are interacting with form. You understand? You register account, you create an email. Everything, all these things is form. And all these Canva too, to design graphics. You understand? It's not something that is compulsory, but it's part of the knowledge that you can use. Media, how you can insert your photo, video in your HTML. You understand? So it's part of another things that we are going to go through maybe some other day. I think maybe when the next time we have class now, we just do our form and we do this media. So then after that one, we start building a project. We are going to build our portfolio website, which each of us will host into our GitHub. I will teach you how you can host a free portfolio website. Like for example, like my own portfolio website is free and you have access to it. You can host it. So you can easily show it to people. Hey, somebody, see what I've built. Check my website. Check me out. So this is my portfolio website. I just had information about myself, what I did. Though it's quite a long when I update it. You understand? So what I can do, web design, some of my recent projects that I've built. You understand? I think it's not even load ahead. I've not load finished. So some of the projects I've built, and you can follow me over all my social media. So that is, we are going to build something like this for yourself. Everybody will build this or our own portfolio website. So that's one of the part of the project we start working on. It depends on the layout that you want, but I will just show you the one so you yourself can now go and structure it later or better. So I think that will be one of your first projects, your portfolio website. So at the end of that, you can build some other websites too. So with basic HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and I will teach you guys Bootstrap later in the day too for you to know how you can make your work faster. Because with CSS, it can take time for you to build a website, but with all this framework, Bootstrap or Materialize, they make it faster. For
yes. So I've done the Macquarie. It's working perfectly now.
Okay, so alright, no problem. So for us not to bore time, I'm kind of exhausted. So what I will do is that next class we just start form like I said, and I do media. So we are going to just stop here. You understand? So but still go ahead, go to your W3 school, practicalize those things. You have the knowledge there. You understand? But the key thing is coding is that if you have somebody to always come back to, it's very good. So you can always come back to me every time, ask me a question, like ask me anything that you want to learn. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So you can just go ahead, read about it, see, practicalize it yourself. You know, it's not something that is hard. It's not rocket science. Like anything, you can always learn it yourself this era, because this era we are blessed. We have access to internet. We have access to the world knowledge. So that is it. And then like later in the day, if you have moved to some other high core these things, like there are some courses that is online, some are on YouTube, some are free, some are paid courses. I have some in my archive. I will share with you guys that you can just download and learn a lot of stuff, because currently now there is this JavaScript website courses by Travis Media. I think I have that course. I can share with my student, and the course is very detailed. You understand? I'm kind of reversing itself on JavaScript. It's very detailed. If you have built that course and you follow it well, you'll be a superman in JavaScript because Travis Media do a lot of work there. So it's part of the knowledge I will share with you guys later in the future. So, but for now, I think we have to call it a day. So, if you have any question, and I'm available. You understand? So, but if there is no any, let's just say bye bye. We need some other time. So we just do that form and media the next time. So after that one, we start CSS, and in the process of CSS now, we start building our own portfolio website. We are going to be learning CSS at the same time using to build our website. I think that is what we are going to do. Just now,
no question for tonight. Thank you very much.
So, like, any question? No problem. So, Nimot joined late, and I think what I will do is I will just try to schedule another class with you because, like, we start from beginning and you join late. So, I think that's what I will do. So, like, guys, I think we call it a day. So, bye bye. All right.